Shout out to Ray of Sunshine A. Wilson and Ray of Sunshine Naomi. Listen, thank you. I mean, I would have kept watching kinda, but I wouldn't have been reviewing it. So thank you. Because baby, I'm here for it. I am your girl, Talisa Rae, and this is the review for Claws Season 1, Episode number 5. Baby, welcome back to my channel. Baby, listen, I'm about to skip all the pleasantries. Y'all know I love you. I was so here for this episode. Y'all, remember how excited I was the first episode? Remember how disenchanted I was for 2 and 3? And then I was back for 4. Baby, I'm back all the way in for 5. If they keep this writer and keep up with the way they going, they gonna have me. They gonna have me. Do you hear me? Daryl from Full Circle Podcast was like, well, you know how things be rocky at first and they try to find their footing. If they stay on this course, they are going to be just fine, especially when it comes to me. Let's talk about this episode. This episode had me all over the place with my emotions. I was excited. I was crying. I wanted to beat somebody's ass. Like, I was here. I was scared. I was here for all of it. And the turn of events throughout the whole show really had me caught up, captured, enthused, on the edge of my seat. Like, it was more of a drama than a comedy today. You know, it's called a dramedy, and I was here for the drama that it possessed today. Last episode, we saw that Bryce was doing what? Trying to kill Dr. Ken. So let's just talk about Bryce. Let's try and break these people down in the characters as I saw them come in, okay? So Bryce, baby, Bryce, you not a gangster. That's what I was saying. You not a gangster. You a P-U-S-S-Y. A big one at that. I mean, you had to drink that whole bottle of vodka damn near in order to get some courage to even get Dr. Ken out the car to kill him. Your wife and her friend, he would probably have gotten away and your ass could have been in jail. But did you see Desna? Desna was devastated, sad, frightened, afraid. My heart was racing too, like the wrong person is about to get killed for some shit you and that dumb bitch just did. I was really feeling like that. But back on Bryce. Bryce really surprised me this episode. Like, Bryce has been a pussy, a crybaby, but he was a little assertive. I mean, when you seen him and Jen talking on the dock about, you know, she wanting him to tell Uncle Daddy, listen, that's not what I want to do. I don't want you that for our family. I married you because you were different than my first husband. My first husband is sitting in prison, which on the sidebar, the first husband is the black daughter's dad. You know, I was wondering where she came from, if she was adopted. Well, that's how she was here. She is the daughter of the first husband. And I found that out watching another content creator. Shout out to Jimmy Pink. So I was really, really, really glad that he put his foot down. So much so that Jen had to pull out her negotiation skills. Women, listen. You know, like I know what a man wants, what he likes, what he needs. He wants to eat and he wants to fuck. Period, point blank. Those two things move his spirit. Yeah, all that other goodness about you is great, but them two things catch him right away. It ain't gonna be no whole lot of rigmarole and trying to figure out what it is and who did what and blah, blah, blah. She said to him in her negotiation skills, I will put anal sex on the table once a week for you. And you could tell that wasn't a thing that she did. She wasn't with it, but she was going to be with it for her husband, just for him not to jeopardize their livelihood and make fried PB&J sandwiches, which sounds really, 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 really gross. Like, what? But I was shocked to see him be assertive, to see him put his foot down and to say, this is what I need to do. You know, he started spewing some old life coach nonsense, you know, whatever. And was like, I have to get rid of this negative energy, you know, and avenge my brother's death. Later on in the episode, you see where he again asserts himself with Jen in the strip club with Uncle Daddy, accusing making accusations on the sly that Desna and Virginia were possibly responsible for the death of Roller. Now, I'm going to leave that there because I don't want to talk about the end. We're going to talk about that last couple scenes all together at one time. Now, I want you to think about Polly. Polly, honey. Polly, I told y'all, is my favorite character in the whole show. Like, I like Desna, but there's something about Polly, because Polly is with the business. I keep telling y'all she with the business. I knew she was with the business when she was lying and deceitful in episode 1. I knew she was with the business the last episode when she instantly turned into somebody else. And I know she with the business because she came with it in that scene with her and Miss Virginia, honey. Miss Virginia surprised. She all up in the house. Don't be surprised, bitch. I'm Polly, okay? What you don't know is I'm with the business. I'm about this life. You think you about this life, but I'm unsuspecting, so I can get to it easily, and nobody's going to suspect me faster than they would suspect you. She offers her these strawberry vanilla cupcakes, vanilla made out of organic frosting, and she has a heart-to-heart with her and tells her, I know who you are. I see you. I see you're conniving. I see you want to play stupid, but you real smart. You want people to think you dumb, but you got a hidden agenda. And if it affects Desna, that's your ass. You can see that Virginia thought she was finna jump bad with Polly. She thought she was finna jump bad with Polly. But Polly had to say, do you understand what I'm saying? Desna better not be caught up in no shit. She wanted to play. Polly said, nah, bitch. Threw that knife up on the ceiling and it stuck. That means she had a lot of force to throw it up there. She is not to be trifled with. I was here for it, Polly. I was here for it, Polly. And we're going to stop right there before I add another piece to what I enjoyed about Polly in this episode. Let's talk about Dean. Let's talk about Dean. Let's talk about Dean and Desna. They have a really special relationship. People are might be like, oh, they're family, they're brother and sister, but no. Some brothers and sisters don't even talk to each other, don't fool with each other, don't call me, you don't need nothing. But you can tell that they have a bond because they've been through some shit. And the shit that they've been through has been revealed on this episode. Like, we've seen since last episode how Dean was so afraid of the Kuntzes and how Desna has kept her cool and how she talked him down. We're seeing Jeffrey Osborne do some breathing exercises, flaunt Virginia in his face. But we discover exactly what the problem is. Dean gets the courage and decides, I am going to confront my violators. Based on some old bullshit that the PT person said, that the personal trainer said, he don't need to be in nobody else's business. But Dean said, either you with me or you not, Desna. You with me or you not? Because this is fucking with my head. They've got me afraid. I don't feel safe. I need to address this. I need to confront them. They go and they confront the Kuntzes. The Kuntzes were their foster parents. They are also well-renowned real estate agents. They go to an open house. Dean knows the address by heart. They go into the house. There's people there because they're showing the home. And Dean begins to rattle off things that they had done to them. You made us sit in our pee. You made us eat cat food. You made us sit outside and shit. Like, I was getting angrier and angrier and angrier by the second. Do you understand me? And Mr. and Mrs. Kuntz act like they didn't know who they were until all the people left. And you saw Mrs. Kuntz's true identity come out. Called Desna, round Desna, roly-poly Desna. But called Dean Ricky Retardo. Listen, I know that this is fiction. This comes out of someone's brain. Someone did a great job putting it together. But it infuriated me in my soul to no avail. How they were treating him. And this was even before we found out that they had been molesting him. No wonder he went into a tizzy. You know, Desna just dealt with the whole cat food, shitting outside, probably not eating, being treated like shit. But he was being molested. And they were saying, if you tell anyone, we're going to do the same thing to Desna. So he was protecting his sister. And baby, I want you to know, I was already upset with the Kuntzes. I wanted to whoop their ass with Desna. I was hoping that Desna would have hit him in the throat when she was talking all that shit. I should whoop your ass right now. I really was hoping that she had just grabbed her and uppercut her real quick, and it would have been it. Like, I really was hoping that, and then we would have just had to deal with her being in jail and her getting out. But she didn't. So when we found out that he was being molested outside, when it was the two of them together, when her heart went through her stomach, so did mine. I had tears in my eyes. I was angry. I was saying, you mother, nothing nice. I was upset. My baby boy was like, Mom, are you okay? Because all I could think of, I told you I have a nephew that's autistic. I have my young son. All I could think about was someone taking advantage of them and them thinking that they were protecting me and not saying anything. I was so angry. Y'all don't even know how bad I wanted to come through the TV. Like, I felt that thing. Niecy Nash, baby, you did that. You did that little acting piece. You did that because I could feel it. I could feel it through the screen, the pain and the agony, and how your eyes swell up with tears. Baby, I felt you. I was there right with you in that moment. And that catapulted Desna into a whole nother place. She knew exactly how she was going to get her and Virginia out of that mess. Pause right there. Let's talk about Virginia. Let's talk about Virginia a little bit. Honey, you know, she was jumping bad this episode. She tried to jump bad with Polly, but realized Polly ain't that bitch to be fucked with. Like, you can try me. I look all prim and proper and nah. Bitch, I'll cut you. Bitch, you won't make it past tomorrow. And won't nobody know. They just think you just left off the face of the earth, that it was too much for you to handle. I'm telling you the truth. But you see her also jumping bad with Desna. So Uncle Daddy calls Desna and says, Desna, I need to see you and Miss Saigon here at Shishi's. Well, Jen says I need to go too. This is where Bryce insinuates that maybe Virginia and Desna killed Roller. So they go over there, they get to talking, and right out of Uncle Daddy's mouth, he says, ladies, I hear y'all had a big fight right before Roller died, where you pretty much whooped Miss Saigon, China Doll, Virginia's ass. Like, you mopped her up in the shopping center. Hassan next door told me. The people at the Jewish Center told me. Yeah, so what was that about? Desna trying to be quick on her feet. Now, here's the thing. They already knew that they both was fucking. He said that in a couple episodes ago. Uncle Daddy said that to Desna a couple episodes ago, and she said, well, you know how Roller is. So it ain't like it was new news. That's what got me, is when they tried to pretend like it was new news, but it wasn't new news. Everybody knew they was both fucking him. And Desna was the main bitch. She was the bottom bitch if you was going to talk about hoes. That was Desna. And he called her on it, like y'all was fighting. She should have been like, yeah, I was whooping that bitch ass. What they got to do with anything? Yeah, I was whooping her ass. She thought she was finna step in on my territory. I told her to leave him alone. Like, she could have said that, and he was like, and I heard you told her not to come back and don't fuck with him and blah, blah, blah. Now, I could see where Desna could possibly be like, I have to tell him, no, this isn't happening, because it could infuriate you. You go into a jealous rage and you do exactly what you did. You try and kill Roller, because that's exactly what happened. He was discounting you. He was fucking this young bitch, this stripper little hoe bitch, and he disrespecting you. That's how you got to the place that you was at. So it's a valid point that that Uncle Daddy was making. I mean, I could see it. But then you got Miss Diarrhea of the Mouth, shit for brains, coming up with some, because he said, I thought it might have been like the drug dealer, everybody knew that Roller loved his drugs, and we thought it might have been a drug dealer that came because he didn't pay him. And that's what we were looking for, minus the convoluted story you just gave us, Virginia. You know, we was just going with it. And she's all like, I wasn't lying. And then opened up her mouth and said, I overheard him having an argument with his drug dealer. Bitch, do you know when to shut the fuck up? No, you don't. And you proved it right then. You keep proving it every single episode, and your mouth is going to get y'all fucked up. Dead, locked up, hog-tied, honey, left for dead somewhere in the basement. You better shut your ass up. You also see in this episode where the mother-in-law is feeling like they are lying. Like the woman's intuition says they know more than what they're letting on. Woman's intuition says we need to look further into this. Woman's intuition says, you know, watch them bitches. Like, and she did, she's right spot on with that. Like, as a woman, you can tell. You can even see that, I love Jen here in this episode when she was talking to her husband and the mother-in-law kept trying to interject and trying to be like, don't talk to my son that way, honey. She act like she didn't exist. If you need lessons on how to ignore somebody, go back to that scene and watch her ignore her. Watch her act like she don't even exist as she walks out the door with Desna and Virginia. Now, she has to go back in, which gives Desna and Virginia a moment to have a conversation about just what happened. And Desna pretty much checks her like, bitch, you need to shut up. You need to shut up. You talking too much. You giving too many details. Shit that can't be checked out. And we gonna both be fucked in up shit creek. Virginia jumps bad, tells her, I'm not your bitch. You don't get to talk to me that way. Blah, 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 blah. Desna's all, boop, hits her in the forehead, head bends back, and goes to do it again, and Virginia moves her hand like, Virginia's jumping bad. Virginia's jumping bad. They talk about the money that was stolen. You took 50 grand out of his safe. Well, you took 20,000 out of his duffel bag. You think I didn't see you? I was right there. Well, we didn't see her see him, but we didn't see her leave either. So, it was just, you know, she was like, you act like you innocent in all of this. Bitch, get your ass mollywopped again. Did you forget that she put her hands on you and didn't give two fucks? You playing with fire. You playing with fire. And baby, you need your ass beat. Baby, you need your ass beat. Baby, you need your ass beat. So, here we go. Here we go. I'm about to merge all this stuff together because all of this was good. It was all a build up to where we're going to now. I told you that Desna had another plan. So, Desna meets up with Virginia and says, we're going to pin Roller's death on the Kuntzes. Evidently, Mrs. Kuntz liked to do coke. So they made it out to be that they were his dealer and that they were going to set it up, put the money over there, put his duffel bag there, as if the Kuntzes killed Roller. I was here for it. Let me tell you. You know, I was sad when Kent was wrongly accused. I was jumping up and down when when Desna gave that as the new plan. I was like, get their asses smoked. They deserve it. Even though they didn't kill Roller, they killed Dean's spirit and probably a lot of other young children's spirit, molesting them and doing things that they shouldn't have been, treating them like scum of the earth. Kill their asses. Like, I know that sounds real harsh, but baby, that's what I was feeling. Like, I was feeling like they need to die. Like, on the hood. Like, see, I don't even gangbang, y'all. But on somebody's hood, they need to die. Instantly, immediately, right away, goodbye. Yes. So I was there for that plan, but they needed to have someone to actually, who was an actual burglar or a thief, to go in, break into the house and plant the money and the drugs in the house. Virginia says she has the perfect person. When they pull up, that perfect person is my bitch, none other than Polly. Polly baby. Y'all, Polly baby is stealing the show with her theatrics. When they pull up, she pretty much tells Virginia, I know you killed Roller. Desna doesn't want to bring Polly into it, but Polly knows Virginia killed Roller. She said, I could tell everything about you says you killed Roller. Everything about you says that you killed Roller. Desna ends up telling her they did horrible things to Dean. Polly's in. Polly's all like, I'm with it. Don't worry about me. Desna was worried about, we can't get you involved and get you back in jail and blah, blah, blah. But Polly's all like, you my bitch. You my girl. You've been there for me. You helped me. You helped me while I was in prison. You kept my job for me. You my girl. I would do anything. You're like a sister. And the funny thing, I just have to say this, these women have been supportive and encouraging Desna the entire season. Like, you need yourself a circle like that. You need somebody that's going to be there to tell you when you're wrong, to help you get out your shit, to tell you when you're wrong because you know you're wrong and still help you with your shit. Like, you need girls like that. You need girls like that. Like the whole nail salon thing. I'll come back to that. Well, fast forward and Polly breaks into the Kuntz's house, plants the bag in their vents, okay? While she's there, it's so funny, she steals her vibrator. In addition, she steals some jewelry from the Kuntz. She gets out without a hitch. Even though the German Shepherd is there and looks like it's about to get her, she knows German, gives a few German commands, and the dog is like under her spell. I was in love with Polly. Like, I'm in love with her. Like, how many times did I tell you that already? I got a couple more things and we can wrap it up. I'm serious. I know it feels like forever. And I can try and condense it more, but I didn't walk you through everything. Anyway, let's talk about the shop. Earlier in the episode, we saw Mandy take Desna to Miss Choi's nail salon. She's, selling her nail salon. And when she walks in, she said, you black, you do nail? Does it say, you Korean, you sell hair? The Korean lady was like, yeah, I sell hair, Malaysian, Brazilian. What you want, what you need. I got a lot of businesses, honey. I got a family. I got families to take care of, even unborn children that are not here yet. I have to work a lot. She's got a hustling spirit like a lot of Asian people do. They have hustling spirit. So I wasn't, people might be offended by that episode, that little banter between the two of them, but I wasn't. I was all here for it. Like, she was like, you check me, I check you back. Mandy then later comes to say, hey, Miss Choi is willing to give you the salon and she's going to take $500 off of the deposit, but Glint Nails is back on the table and they want to offer it to you, baby. She also said that it's $1,500 a month, but Desna wanted out of where she was, promised her brother that they would live a better life, and so she was all for it. Now, here's my thing on that. I'm all thinking to myself, what are the repercussions going to be? That you did not want Mrs. Choice and you want Glint. What are the repercussions going to be? Right now, Desna's not thinking of the repercussions, okay? She begins to celebrate with her girls. They got a little dance step going on, like their camaraderie is really on. They all working it and everything. Like, I was here for that little dance scene, like pause for a dance break. But in the midst of their celebration, Chip goes and tells Uncle Daddy, hey, we found Roller's killers. He said, handle it. Bryce gets up and goes. Now, remember I've been saying Bryce is a P-U-S-S-Y, a big pussy, a big pussy, a big pussy. Bryce has shown me that he is not. At first I was all like, well, what was the point of you going? I'm watching Chip whoop the Kuntz's ass. Like, I'm watching him, and every time he take a swing, Bryce is flinching. Some old punk bitch type shit. Like, well, what are you there for? You just because you ain't doing it don't mean you ain't an accomplice. And I don't give a fuck if he is the police, because corrupt officers get caught too. Like, that's how I'm feeling. But as he's watching and he's nervous about it, but he wants to avenge his brother's death, all of a sudden, one of the other goons, two goons come out. One of them have a bag in his hand, and it's Roller's bag with the money and his clothes and whatever else in there. And all of a sudden, you see the transformation in Bryce. He is no longer a pussy. He is the king in the pack. He has a boost of fucking courage. He is like they mind now, Chip, and gets to working them. Working they asses. Kicking them, hitting them, and then pulls the trigger. They get about 5 shots in the back each. I was like, okay, Bryce. Now, what's that going to do? I feel like that's going to change his whole persona. And the reason I say that is because Jen was so dead set on, I don't want you to do this. This isn't what I want for our family. Because every cause has an effect. Every action has a reaction. Baby, this is not what I want for our lives and for our children. And it was shown when Clay called Desna to give her the news. And when he told Desna that Bryce is the one that pulled the trigger and she had to share that news with Jen, the devastation that hit across her face was unbelievable. 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 I was just thinking to myself, I know Desna and Virginia, y'all needed to get yourselves out of this shit. I get it. You don't want to end up in the swamps and the alligator. I get that. But you didn't consider your friend either. See, when you get yourself in this kind of shit, you got to consider all parties involved. That's how come you can't be frantic and you got to be cool. Y'all would think I had done some kind of criminal activity because I sure got a lot of advice. But I'm just saying, from what I know, you have to have a level head so that you can think things all the way through. Otherwise, you end up in the place that you are in now. And that goes with whatever decisions that we make in life. You know what I'm saying? You got to think them through. You got to have executive planning is what it's called, to be able to plan ahead for future. I was devastated for her, too. Like, I was sad for her because now I think your husband is in. Like, I think he's going to be feeling himself. I think you're going to end up having to leave his ass. I think you're going to have to show him that way. He's going to be mini roller. Like, speaking of roller. Bitch, did y'all see him alive? Like, listen, Jimmy Pink was like, I believe he alive. I believe he alive. I doubted that shit. I was like, she sound crazy. That's crazy. That nigga is alive and well, chained up in the swamps in somebody's house, some cuckoo lady's house. You hear me? Do you hear me? There's some shit happening. I can't wait to see how this all unfolds, because if he's alive, they're going to find out they killed the Kuntzes erroneously, you know, especially when people start looking for the Kuntzes, like the governor and all that shit. When all that shit starts to unfold, and then we see Roller comes back, and that'll probably be, they'll have him come actually back to Manatee County at the end of the season. I mean, what else they gonna do? They gotta have him coming. Anyway, what did you think about the episode? How do you feel? Were you as hyped as I am? Probably not. But if you are, tell me what you think down below while you're subscribing and commenting and sharing and liking and telling your friends to come over here and check out the review, because they all in the claws too. Know that I love you. I am your girl, Talisa Rae. Thank you so much for watching the review of Claws Season 1, Episode 5. Hugs and kisses and lots of love. I will see you on the next video.